Hello there, ladies and Gullivers. Yes, because although this tiny little instrument tells us that it's made in Indonesia, I rather fancy it's probably made in Lilliput because it is titchy. So, we've got a lovely little 19-inch scale Epiphone Flying VeeWee. So, let's have a listen to it and then I'll tell you what I can about it. So, let's go. Okay, so onto the pick. Well, yeah, onto the pick up. Right, we'll have a you know, bit of a chat about it in a minute. So here we go on a clean channel. Let's have a talk. So this particular item was made, as we can see from the sticker on the back, was made in Indonesia, and the serial number here tells me, that might be partially obscured, but anyway, the serial number tells me that it was made in 2009. I can't remember which factory. It might have been the Samick factory, could have been the Court, can't remember which. But anyway, certainly 2009, Indonesia. As you can see clearly, it's got a bolt-on neck. Well, interestingly, the neck is mahogany. Oh, by the way, this that is actually very comfortable, achievable, and pretty damn easy too. So, let me tell you what I can. They started making these in about 1999, and there's a few different versions of them. They were made in red, as you can see. They're made in black, and they also released at some point a Zakk Wylde, you know, with the targety, the yellow and black circles. And they were part of a starter kit. But these, let me tell you, these are quality instruments. The body is made from mahogany and alder. The neck is mahogany too, and of course we're all colour matched. And you've got a proper rosewood fretboard. The tuners are those capped style ones at a 14:1 ratio, and you've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 frets. We've got a Propiphone blah 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 blah. We've got a proper Epiphone humbucker in there, and you've got a little cavity control plate on the back, which will give you access to your knob. And I do like the fact that they stuck the output jack socket on the side here. That's rather neat because it cleans up the front of it, doesn't it? You see, makes it nice and simple, very attractive, I think. So it's a proper miniature Flying Vee. So if you've seen any of these before, you'll know that I had a full-size Flying Vee, and then the Melody Maker Flying Vee, which is a little bit smaller, and then this one. It's but like, you know, a little family of Flying Vees. Okay, so you also have the lightning bolts wraparound bridge there. And so when I say I'll tell you what I can about it, I really will tell you what I can about it. I got this quite recently from a local guy, and this is, it's, as far as I can see, it's unmarked. It's not even been played. The strings that were on it, I should think, were the ones that went on originally. And I can tell you now that they were 9 gauge, and 9 gauge for this short scale does not work. I've now put a fresh set of Ernie Ballsack 11s on it, which makes the tuning stability far more realistic. Tuning. So, you've got these cap tuners, 14 to 1, which is fine. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay. Really, because it's such a short scale, and because every adjustment that you make on it makes such a massive difference, I would, you know, in an ideal world, it'd have 18 to 1s on, so that you're making smaller increments in your string tension adjustments. I say adjustments twice. Repetition. Yes. So you see, listen. Yeah, listen. Yeah. So if I let's. Now you've really got to control yourself when you're bending, because it's so easy to do this. Ooh. That's because it's tiny. And also, when you're probably most particularly when you're playing chords, if you've got full-size grown-up hands, you're bound to just... They're just, you know, a little... But for tiny hands that don't have, you know, masses of power in them, this thing's a dream. The action, which obviously I've set it up, the action's superb. This is so playable right the way throughout the neck. Let me tell you, not at all. You've heard it. Not a toy. Not a toy at all. So you got a So you got a strap button here on the neck plate there, and also your serial number. Yeah, you can have a look at that if you like. Can you see the serial number? You can put that into one of those websites that tells you when, where. Oh, that's better. You can probably see it now. So you can have a look at that if you wish, if you have a desire so to do. And yeah, so yeah, made out of, I mean, obviously it weighs about the same as a packet of fags, but really just surprise. I like mini guitars. Well, I just like guitars. I'm mad about guitars. But what I do like is a mini guitar that's actually made properly. This is built very, very well. And there are some. I did that CB Sky Mini, and it was okay, but it was not in the same league as this. Let me assure you, it's a banger. This is you can use it. You could. It makes you feel like a giant because it's so tiny. But I mean, yeah, I could gig with it. It would make a great travel guitar. You unbolt the neck and you can pack it into your handbag, I reckon. And yeah, so the last guy who had it, that for me certainly, and well actually for the guitar, had the wrong gauge strings on. Of course, they're dead as a doornail. I think the original ones that came with it. So if you've got one of these, or if you're looking for one of these, you definitely want 11 gauge string. 11 at the top here, and I think we've got 40, I can't remember what's at the bottom, but they're thick, much thicker than I would use on a normal scale guitar. The frets are excellent. The fretwork is absolutely superb. This really is it's a serious little person's instrument. And I know that you can buy these kids' guitars, and they're quite frankly, for the large part, they're rubbish. They're toys, and they won't play right. They won't sound right. But this is the real deal for a small person. Okay, so what now? How lucky was I? Check this out. Not only did... Oh, so can you see that down there? Oh, look at it! It's lovely. So not only did we get that. But we've got the original box as well. The original box, and inside the box you have got a proper little Flying Vee gig bag with a great big pocket in the front of it, which holds, check this out, oh, there we go, 40 nursery rhymes, very nice. You've got in here the Epiphone owner's manual, so they were very, very serious about these things. And also you've got some Allen keys in there for, you know, intonation and truss rod adjustment, and it's got a proper truss rod in it. Blimey. Now, the other thing that you get with this is you get this cute little. So you've got a belt strap here. It takes a 9-volt battery. Looks like one of those little heaters, doesn't it? Like a little fan heater. But I reckon, I've not tried it, but I reckon, oh yeah, and the bag's got a little, you know, yeah. So the little amplifier fits comfortably and snugly. Well, actually, very easily inside that capacious front pocket. And what have we got on this here? So there's a few little controls there. I assume there's an input socket, a headphone jack, and what have we got? Oh, right, okay, so we've got a few channel selections there, and a gain and a tone control. What I will tell you is that the volume control on the guitar, well, they might just as well have not really bothered, because it's very, 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 very much kind of on, well, not exactly on or off. I mean, you can roll the volume down, but it's not terribly functional. I mean, it works properly and as intended, as the manufacturer made it, but it's, you know, if you're just trying to roll off 3 or 4, get it down to halfway, there's not a great discernible difference until you get down to the last sort of 2 or 3. But I don't think that's really an issue, personally. Oh, look at this. Epiphone Studio Mini 2. Yes, very nice. So, that is it from me and the tiny guitar. And I can't think of anything else now. I think that we've done it all. Yeah, probably. Yeah, if there was an improvement I could make to it, I would put a much higher ratio tuners on, because that ain't going to cost you the world, is it? Some little, and any old thing will fit on there. A little 6-pack of 18-to-1s. 20-30 quid maybe, something like that, and it will be helpful. And so, like I say, because the scale is so small, if you've got, you know, big old sausage fingers, you're not going to be able to play it. It's meant for small people. So that's it from me and the tiny guitar, and thank you all ever so much for watching. It's been a joy as usual. So it's adios amigos. I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.